Hello, and you're listening to Week 17 of Oneness Project Light One-on-One with Israel Kelly. I'm your host, Cassandra. For those of you that are new, welcome, and thank you for joining us. Our purpose for each episode is to enhance your understanding of life, the universe, and the world around us, by exploring a specific topic more in depth through the eyes of Source. As many of you know, Israel Kelly is fully coalesced with Source energy, and has been granted with universal knowing. He is here to bring messages of love to humanity and to facilitate all of us with the expansion of our consciousness. In last week's episode, Israel Kelly shared his divine knowledge about God, the creator and source of all things, where we learned that God is infinite and everlasting, and how we are all divine aspects of God, all 7 billion of us on planet Earth, and how God exists in all things. It's pretty amazing. So for those of you still searching for God, look no further. God is everywhere. You are God. We are all connected, and we are all one. Believe it, feel it, and embrace it. For tonight, we will be discussing 3 subjects: sleep, dreams, and astral travel, which will be broken up into 2 episodes. So welcome to part 1 of Sleep, Dreams, and Astral Travel. And here is Israel Kelly now. Hello, Israel.
Yes, Cassandra, thanks for having me.
And thank you for being here. These are great topics of discussion for tonight. I'm really excited. So let's get started, shall we? Israel, how important is sleep?
Sleeping is important because the human perception of reality learns to adapt to the construction of reality of being tired. Humans are not their body, they're not their mind. However, the subconscious mind do not deviate in between one thing or the next one. And the subconscious record all that feeling of being tired. For that is reproduced on the human body, giving the body the feeling of being tired and needing to rest.
Is there a required amount of sleep we should have to maintain good health?
Requirement about sleep, there's no such a thing. I mean, a person can sleep for 5 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. It depends on the person. It depends how the person feels. It depends how the body responds. When we sleep, the body rested, and cells and tissues and bones and everything else um, get replenished, get the nourishment it needs to establish itself, and that's why sleeping is necessary in our human reality.
Why do some people need 10 hours of sleep while others only need 3 or 4? For example, myself. As you know, I am a night hawk, and most times I only sleep an average of 4 to 5 hours per night, and I seem to perform well throughout the day. And when I do sleep longer hours, I seem more tired during the day. Why is there such a variance in our sleep requirements?
Your body will tell you what you need. It's difficult to predict. For the way you feel emotionally, your body will respond. Will shut down itself as a mechanism of protection, um, to help you relax, to help you cope with your human reality. And it's difficult to predict how much of sleep do you need to um, refresh and feel better in your human reality when you awaken, because it depends from each individual, as we perceive our reality differently.
Interesting. Why, as adults, do we tire faster, and as children, we seem to have an abundance of energy?
That's a good one. And the contrary, instead of asking if children get tired, we're going to ask, uh, I mean, children, they never get tired. When they're little, they have so much energy. They don't have all that resistance that we adults have, and all. They're not preoccupied with nothing. They're just in the moment of now, and that's not the same case when we are adults. We have so many worries and so many concerns about things, and that's why humans, when they are adults, they sleep more. And just babies, children, they sleep longer. They sleep longer because their reality is limited, as they are adjusting themselves to things. In the case of an adult, uh, is like I said, is concerned about things. Is more in the past and thinking about the future with all that anxiety instead of in the moment of now. As you get stuck with all that negativity, that produces mental fatigue. It makes the adult feel tired and sleepy.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, you mentioned that as adults we get tired faster because we've developed so much resistance from our so called daily responsibilities of living. Now, if children have very little resistance, why do babies sleep so much when they are born?
Yeah, like I said about babies sleep longer hours because they have no resistance. Their experience is limited. They're still in the process of getting familiar with their surroundings, learning to recognize faces, objects, other humans, and sounds, and so on. So they sleep more until the experience of a newborn becomes wider, and they are more familiar with the surroundings. The experience is different when they learn how to talk and they have interaction with other humans.
Okay, that makes sense. Thanks, Israel. Now, what happens when we sleep?
When we sleep, we travel around. When we sleep, we dream. When we sleep, we are part of other realities as when we are awakened. And while we're sleeping, we are what we understand as out of body experience. Is the closest we can have to our known physical existence while we are sleeping. Our energy, a way to understand our energy leaves our body while we sleep, um, and could be in many places at once. That might be around us while we sleep, they won't notice anything, but it happens with everyone. We leave our body for different experiences as a third body experience, and when we come back, um, we make sense of whatever images we perceive as humans, and we're gonna relate that to things that we understand, like family members, like occasions, like things, like whatever is going through our life. However, it's not really part of our known physical existence or physical reality, but the human reality, and it helps for humans to understand, and we call that dreams. Dreams might have or not might have a reference for us as humans, and all of that is part of the human experience.
Okay, so do we dream every night when we go to sleep?
Everything is a human experience. Everything is for the experience one way or another. So if we have interest about things, or we watch a movie the previous night, or we have a conversation about any topic and so on, when we wake up in the morning, we gonna relate whatever interest is fresh in our memories and our subconscious mind to whatever dream or whatever image we as humans understand when we are awake.
I can tell you from my own experience, I usually do not recall any of my dreams. So I wouldn't be able to tell you whether I had a dream last night or the night before. But also, from past conversations with my friends and family about our dreams, it seems that we all share something in common. We all seem to forget our dreams so easily after we awake, and many dream experts recommend that we keep a dream journal and record it as soon as we wake up. Why do we forget our dreams so easily, Israel?
Why do we forget the dreams? Oh, the image of flashes of a person or things that we remember for a few minutes after waking up are just a mechanism of protection created by the subconscious mind to understand the dream. They're not entirely from the person, as we are part of those realities as a third party, but they are a way for us to understand that reality of who we are, being known physical, now occupying physicality. And like I said, the best way to remember that, the best way to feel that is when we remember, when we connect by dreams while we sleep. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to have all this concept, the concept of being more than a physical body, for many humans to understand. Many humans, while they're dreaming, they see all that image of things and possibilities and wantons and wishes and creations that if you keep it consistent, anybody is able to use dreams to create their reality while they awaken. You can dream about things, and if you keep on dreaming about it, they will become. That's a way to create as well, because whatever you put in your thoughts, it will become part of your reality.
Interesting. Do our dreams mean anything?
Dreams doesn't really have a meaning in our present reality on time space, as they are part of a third party um, existence, experience, while in non-physical form. What we hear on this physical form, what we're having this conversation, and we assist in many other realities as a third party. Um, so the meaning of these dreams that we have at night, they don't have a really a relevance or a meaning for humans while awakened. They're just flashes of memories that the subconscious mind helps the human to put those like that so we can understand our uh, different realities without causing any harm to our mind.
Now, you mentioned that dreams do not have any relevance for our present reality. However, many of us believe that objects, people, and animals in our dreams represent different meanings, and some dream experts have written books on dream symbology. Israel, can you tell us, do symbols in our dreams have a generic meaning, or is it personalized for each individual?
Yes, this is very good. What we understand from dreams in the human perception, any reference of time space reality only concern to the reality of that particular human. So whatever constitutes the human belief will hold a meaning for that particular person, like symbols, like numbers, like anything else. Uh, do they have? Are they bringing a message? If the purpose of that dream comes along with the specific purpose of creating something or helping this particular human to experience something specifically, yes, it does. Those numbers and symbols and those dreams we have hold a meaning here in time space reality. No, in a way that we understand as humans. It's a human creation. It's a part it's a part of human belief. It's a part of believing in anything, and doesn't hold a relation for everyone. Only holds that relation of that creation for a person that is interested and experience numbers or experience symbols or experience anything during any dream or while sleeping and when waking up, having a reference on these numbers or these symbols or these references or anything like that to help them go through a human experience. That's a way to explain it. Not the way, not the only way to understand dreams and sleep and what we need, all that, but a human way to cope and understand with the concept of dreaming.
That's excellent. Thank you, Israel. This concludes part 1. Please join us next week for part 2 of Sleep, Dreams, and Astral Travel. Until next time, this is Cassandra for Oneness Project Light One-on-One with Israel Kelly. Sweet dreams, everyone, and thanks for listening.